Chapter 41 1 Year. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Teacher Yueguan, I want to learn. Gu Ziyi said quickly. Not bad, not bad. As long as the little guy wants to learn, I will definitely teach you to recognize more flowers and plants in the future. DouluoDalu was also very happy to hear what Gu Ziyi said. It was rare to meet someone who was also interested in flowers and plants. The other party was also a disciple of the Pope, and DouluoDalu didn't mind getting closer to Gu Ziyi. Thank you, Teacher Yueguan. Teacher Yueguan, you haven't answered my question just now. Gu Ziyi nodded happily, and then continued. Those picture book legends are basically false. There are records in the spirit hall that soul masters have evolved spirits or spirit rings because of some adventures, but there is no clear record of why they evolved. So I don't know much about what you said. My spirit can only let me know the characteristics, habits and functions of those flowers and plants. Whether I can improve the spirit ring and evolve the spirit is beyond my spirit ability. DouluoDalu answered Gu Ziyi's question. Gu Ziyi was sure that DouluoDalu didn't know that those immortal herbs had the ability to evolve martial spirits. Even Tang San didn't know at first, everyone knew it after eating it. Gu Ziyi started his life in the spirit hall in this way, or it could be said that he was the prince's companion. He mainly accompanied Bibi and helped her to bless the state of the pure heart mantra during her practice and study. Especially in the courses of martial spirit knowledge, there was a lot of knowledge that Gu Ziyi had learned, but he could only accompany Bibi to study together. Gu Ziyi was not impatient, because the spirit hall taught more comprehensive knowledge than what he had learned before, and Gu Ziyi often asked questions to make himself more comprehensive. All the teachers who taught Gu Ziyi privately praised Gu Ziyi's intelligence to Qiang Sunji. Often, many problems, after Gu Ziyi's counter-questions, they found that they were feasible after discussion, which also made them gain something. Bibi also gradually changed from her disdain for Gu Ziyi at the beginning, and her attitude of only treating Gu Ziyi as a learning tool. She began to find that Gu Ziyi was really smart and powerful, and with Gu Ziyi's company, her study was no longer so boring. Soon, a year passed. Gu Ziyi was 14 years old, and Bibi was 10 years old. Gu Ziyi's soul power level increased by 2 levels in a year, reaching level 16. The speed seemed to be slower than before, but this was intentional by Gu Ziyi, because Gu Ziyi slowly discovered that maintaining saturated practice for many years was not a good thing. It would cause harm to the body. So Gu Ziyi deliberately slowed down the speed. Otherwise, according to Gu Ziyi's previous crazy mode, plus the resources of the spirit hall and more advanced meditation, Gu Ziyi's practice speed could even reach 3 levels in 1 year, and the soul power level of Bibi who was 10 years old, far exceeded Gu Ziyi. Bibi who was 10 years old, was already a great soul master of level 24, that is to say, since the awakening of the martial soul, Bibi has maintained a speed of 3 or 4 levels per year, which is very fast and is also the normal training speed of a genius with full innate soul power. Gu Ziyi's assistance only reduced the time Bibi spent on practicing soul power every day, and did not make Bibi upgrade faster. Gu Ziyi's assistance has made Bibi learn faster in other aspects. If you compare the 10-year-old Bibi in the original book with the current Bibi the current Bibi is enough to beat the 10-year-old Bibi in the original book in battle. Because the things they master are different. When Gu Ziyi was 14 years old, this year's Soul Master competition also began. Gu Ziyi did not pay too much attention, and the finals were not held in the martial Soul City. Gu Ziyi knew everything that Bibi told him. The final championship of this session was won by the Xingluo team of the Xingluo Empire. The captain of the Xingluo team who won the championship is the prince of the Xingluo royal family. It is said that after the end of this Soul Master competition, this prince will be established as the crown prince of the Xingluo Empire after returning to the Xingluo Empire. Gu Ziyi thought to himself, it turned out to be Dai Mubai's father, the future emperor of the Xingluo Empire. Dai Mubai's father will also be a powerful title Douluo in the future. No wonder he can lead the team to win the championship. What surprised Gu Ziyi was that Tang Hao did not participate in this Soul Master competition. At this time, Tang Hao was obviously 18 years old, and his strength must be strong. But he should not be a match for Dai Mubai's father. After all, Dai Mubai's father is already a Soul King, unless he uses the explosive ring. Soul Master Competition, I also want to participate. Junior brother, can you tell me if I can go to the next Soul Master Competition? Bibi Dong said with longing after telling Ziyi about the Soul Master Competition. Sure, why not? 5 years later, you will almost break through to Soul Sect, so it will be no problem for you to participate in the Soul Master Competition. It depends on whether the teacher allows you to go. After all, even if you break through to Soul Sect, you will have just broken through, and your soul power level is still relatively low. It will be difficult for you to lead the Wuhun Hall team to win the championship. And didn't you say that Tang Hao of Haoshanzong didn't participate in this Soul Master Competition? He will be 23 years old in the next one, and it will be the last one he can participate in. He will definitely participate. By then, he will definitely be a Soul King. So if you are not sure of winning, the teacher will definitely not let you go. Ziyi immediately analyzed Bibi Dong. Of course you can participate if you want to, the key question is whether Qian Xuanji will give in or not. Ziyi didn't understand why the Soul Masters in Douluo continent were so keen to participate in this Soul Master competition. In the original work, Tang San and Xiao Wu had to participate despite the risk of exposing their identities. Not to mention Xiao Wu's love brain, Tang San also had one. Before going to Wuhun City to participate in the finals, Tang Sen already knew that his parents had grudges with Wuhun Palace. Well, Tang Sen is actually also a love brain. As long as something happens to Xiao Wu, he will immediately go berserk and want to kill someone. Ah! If this happens, the teacher will definitely not let me go. After hearing Ziyi's answer, Bibi Dong's face suddenly fell. Okay, I'm going to continue studying my soul bones and talismans. You can go and play by yourself. After knowing the result of the Soul Master competition, Ziyi waved his hand to drive Bibi Dong away. The combination of soul bone soul skills and his own martial soul that Ziyi has been studying has made certain progress, so Ziyi was ready to continue his research and didn't want to talk to Bibi Dong. No, I want to watch from the sidelines. Bibi Dong naturally refused. If you think it's okay, then I'll put a purifying spell on you. As Ziyi said this, he summoned a purifying spell talisman. No, I don't want it. When Bibi Dong saw this, she quickly backed away. Chapter 42 Being Disliked. You are listening at NovelFull.audio. The previous article has been modified. Douluo's level has been changed to Contra Douluo. Like spiritual Kite Douluo, he has not yet been banned. Bibi Dong jumped away quickly as if she had encountered a scared insect. If Bibi Dong liked Ziyi's heart-purifying mantra very much at the beginning, Bibi Dong gradually began to dislike it, except when she was studying. She didn't want to be labeled by Ziyi at all other times, because she found that everything became boring and no longer fun after putting on the heart-purifying spell. Therefore, as long as she was not studying, Bibi Dong was very resistant to Ziyi's pure heart charm. Moreover, she planned to watch Ziyi study things just to satisfy her curiosity. After affixing the heart-purifying charm, she was watching for nothing, because after I put it on, I no longer have any curiosity. Then you promise not to move. Ziyi glanced at Bibi Dong speechlessly. His heart-purifying spell was actually disliked, and this was not the first time. I promise. Bibi Dong quickly raised her hand and assured with a smile, I believe you as a ghost. Ziyi complained in his heart that he couldn't trust Bibi Dong who didn't post it to him. Maybe because of the familiar relationship, Bibi Dong would show the naughty nature of a little girl to him and tease him a lot. After all, she is still a 10-year-old girl. Fine. After knowing that Bibi Dong could not be driven away, Ziyi left her alone. Bibi Dong didn't want to put on the purifying charm, so Ziyi put it on herself. In an instant, the little irritability and impatience in my heart disappeared. It's boring. When she saw Ziyi affixing a purifying spell on herself, Bibi Dong curled her lips in disgust. Apart from studying, she really hated it to death. But at this time, Ziyi stopped talking to Bibi Dong. Ziyi took out his soul bone with his left hand, and at the same time summoned a blank talisman with his right hand. Soul Bone Soul Skill Qing Foam Rush. Ziyi, who was holding the soul bone in his left hand, suddenly activated the soul bone skill above. after going to the Soul Skill Research and Development Department of Wuhun Palace, Ziyi discovered that there were other researchers there who were using soul bones to develop soul skills, and the researchers there have long developed methods that can activate soul bones and soul skills. That is to say, the soul skills on the soul bones can be directly activated without absorbing the soul bones. Although this method has been studied for a long time, it cannot be popularized, because soul bones are too rare. Who would use soul bones as weapons? If you dare to use soul bones as weapons outside, you will not be surprised by others, but robbed by others. This is also the reason why no one in the Soul Master world uses soul bones as weapons. Not only were soul bones too rare, but they were also worried that their wealth would be exposed and robbed. Also, if you use the skills on the soul bone in this way, the number of times the soul skill in the soul bone can be used is limited, and then you need to wait for it to recover slowly. Of course, you can also use soul power to warm up to speed up the recovery, but the time is also very long. In the final analysis, it is better to absorb and refine the soul bone directly, that is the most convenient. Buzz. As Ziyi stimulated the soul bone, a green light suddenly bloomed on the soul bone, and then it was controlled by Ziyi and landed on the blank talisman in the other hand. After the cyan light fell on the blank talisman, ripples suddenly appeared and finally became quiet. At this time, Ziyi's blank talisman also changed, and some more runes appeared out of thin air on the blank talisman. Self-created Soul Skills Wind Talisman. The blank talisman now appearing in Ziyi's hand has turned into a wind talisman with soul skills. After use, it can increase the speed by 30%. For Millennium Quality Soul Bone skills, the 30% increase is considered quite satisfactory. As for the third soul skill of Qibao Glazed Pagoda, it is more than 40%, and it is also a group skill. Bibi Dong saw this scene from the side and was not surprised at all, because if it was just to this extent, Ziyi would have done it a long time ago, but this level of research and development was not what Ziyi wanted. What is done now is just to transfer the soul skills on the soul bone to the blank talisman, and there is a time limit. If it is not used for a certain period of time, it will dissipate. If that was the case, Ziyi might as well just take the soul bone with him, so this transfer doesn't do much. However, this kind of research and development results shocked the entire RD department at the time. Later, even Qian Xuanji was shocked, because in addition to Ziyi's talisman, they have also tried to transfer some soul bone soul skills to other auxiliary martial soul props, but they have never succeeded. But Ziyi's talisman did it. It seemed as if Ziyi's talisman was originally suitable for carrying soul skills. Then they found other soul bones for Ziyi to try. But only one succeeded and the others failed because that one was also a 1000-year quality soul bone, but this was enough to shock Qian Xuanji and the research department. The last piece of soul bone was also given to Ziyi by Qian Xuanji as a reward, but in the end, everyone also discovered that Ziyi's research results seemed useless. They just transferred the soul bone soul skills to the blank talisman, which was almost the same as the effect they had with soul bones. Without further ado, let's go back to the RD site. What Ziyi needs to do next is what Ziyi has been studying. Buzz. Ziyi summoned another blank talisman. Then Ziyi first placed the made wind talisman on the table, and then Ziyi once again held the soul bone in one hand and the blank talisman in the other. Only this time, Ziyi no longer directly activated the soul skills on the soul bones, but looked at the inscriptions on the Feng Xing talisman and directly copied and painted them. The painting tool is the soul bone in Ziyi's hand. Ziyi's soul power passed through the soul bone, then emerged from the tip of the soul bone, and finally landed on the blank talisman. Ziyi tried to engrave it directly with his soul power, but it was useless. No trace appeared on the blank talisman. Only through the transmission of soul bones can traces be engraved. Ziyi was seen concentrating on engraving, and a rune similar to the previous one gradually appeared on the blank talisman. In the front, Ziyi went very quickly, because those are the results of Ziyi's many attempts. Ziyi clearly remembers which stroke requires more soul power, which stroke needs to be gradually increased, and which step needs to be taken lightly. Seeing that it was almost time to finish, the blank talisman in Ziyi's hand suddenly disappeared with a bang. Then a strong wind exploded, blowing Ziyi into disgrace. Failed again, just a little bit closer. Ziyi calmly accepted the failure and prepared to continue. Oh, it's just a little bit close. Junior brother, let me do it this time. Unexpectedly, before it even started, the soul bone and the blank talisman she had just summoned were snatched away by Bibi. Chapter 43 Senior Sister is Defeated. You are listening at NovelFull.audio. Didn't you promise not to cause trouble? Ziyi looked at Bibi calmly. Bibi was of a higher level and faster than him, so there was nothing Ziyi could do to snatch something from him. I'm not causing trouble, I'm helping you. As a senior sister, isn't it my duty to help my junior brother? Bibi raised her head and said with a proud smile. Okay, give me your hand. After explaining or quibbling, Bibi quickly urged Ziyi. Ziyi said nothing after hearing this, because he knew it was useless to say anything, so he could only put his right hand on Bibi extended left hand. After holding Bibi little hand, Ziyi began to transfer his soul power to her. Only his soul power can be engraved on his blank talisman through the soul bone. No one else's soul power can do it. So if Bibi wants to play, she can only do it through Ziyi's soul power being transferred to her. Holding Bibi little hand, it was soft and waxy and very comfortable. Ziyi had no reverie, he was not a pervert. After Bibi received the soul power transmission from Ziyi, she began to hold the soul bone in her right hand and imitate the way Ziyi had just done, and began to inscribe on the blank talisman. Bibi completed the first 2/3 of the race very well, but gradually slowed down at the back. At this time, Bibi left elbow nudged Ziyi. The signal was obvious, so Ziyi quickly gave her guidance. Here. Ziyi, who was in the state of the purifying mantra, had no emotions. He knew that cooperating with Bibi was the best choice at this time, and immediately started to provide guidance. With Ziyi's guidance, Bibi engraving was not interrupted, but the speed still slowed down. In Ziyi's heart, he was already prepared for Bibi failure, and then both of them would be disgraced. However, what surprised Ziyi was that Bibi was very stable this time, and gradually caught up with Ziyi's previous progress, just missing the last stroke. I just started writing more lightly. In the last step, Ziyi only said the reason for his failure, and then stopped giving guidance. After hearing Ziyi's words, Bibi hand holding the soul bone ended with a heavy stroke. Buzz. Just after Bibi made the last stroke, the blank talisman suddenly glowed with green light and finally fell silent. The talisman was completely formed, and the inscriptions engraved on it were basically the same as the popular talisman next to it that Ziyi directly made using soul bone and soul skills. Yeah. It worked. That when Bibi saw this, she jumped up excitedly. She was also extremely happy. She didn't expect that she had really succeeded, and she had succeeded before Ziyi. Look, I told you, senior sister, that I'm here to help. Now that it's successful, why don't you thank me quickly, senior sister? Then Bibi took the wind talisman she made and started to shudder at Ziyi. Yes, thank you for your help, senior sister. Ziyi thanked her silently, and then took the soul bone back from Bibi hand. I'll try it myself. This time Bibi didn't make trouble anymore, she was excited now. Ziyi then started engraving again, this time still very steadily, and soon came to the last stroke. According to what Bibi just put down, it was completed in one go. Buzz, the cyan light flashed away, and another wind talisman was produced. Not bad, not bad. With the example of senior sister, junior brother finally succeeded. Bibi saw that Ziyi had also succeeded, and she was excited for Ziyi, but she did not forget to take the credit for herself. Yes, thanks to senior sister's demonstration, Ziyi was speechless. When he just succeeded, he had already taken the initiative to lift the purifying spell. If the research and development is successful, you should be happy when you should be happy. Ziyi could actually understand why Bibi disliked the heart purification curse. Under normal circumstances, Ziyi didn't like it either. Did we succeed? Bibi still couldn't believe that Ziyi had studied something for so long and succeeded with just a little tinkering with her. Of course it was successful, but we still have to wait and see what the specific effect will be. Ziyi affirmed. Afterwards, Ziyi took out the talisman he had engraved on him and looked at it. Wind talisman, increases speed by 15% after use. Ziyi quickly understood that the effect of the wind talisman he had engraved was much weaker than the effect of directly re-engraving it with soul bone soul skills. but it's okay to finally succeed. My wind talisman only increases the speed by 5%. This is too weak. At this time, Bibi Dong also checked the wind talisman engraved on her, and a voice of disgust rang out. It's normal for the effect to be weaker at first, but it's abnormal for it to have the same effect as the original. Ziyi commented after hearing this. I see, what's the effect for you, junior brother? It's the same as me, right? Bibi Dong accepted it after hearing this, and then asked Ziyi. Mine is 15%, that the corners of Ziyi's mouth curled up slightly, making you feel embarrassed just now. Ah, what, it's so different. I don't care, it must be because the soul power you sent me just now was too little. I want to come again. That when Bibi Dong heard Ziyi's answer, her face suddenly fell, and then she said unconvinced. No matter how many times I come, it's the same. After all, it's my soul power. It's normal for me to perform better. Sister, please stop causing trouble. I want to summarize it first. Ziyi waved his hand, not prepared to continue coddling Bibi Dong. After finally succeeding in research and development, of course he had to sum up his experience. Humph, then I'll go find the teacher and tell him that I did it. Bibi Dong hummed lightly, then jumped away with the wind talisman she made. She wanted to show off to Qian Xuanji. Ziyi looked at Bibi Dong's back and smiled dumbly, shook her head and ignored her. Buzz. Then Ziyi summoned a blank talisman again and continued the inscription. This is the benefit of the successful development of self-imprinting. Using the soul bone as a brush for making talismans, Ziyi can continue to make them as long as he has enough soul power. If a soul bone is used to activate soul skills and be engraved on the talisman, he can only activate this soul bone 3 times, and then the soul power must be used to warm the soul bone to allow it to recover. It will take at least 1 day, in general, before Ziyi's research failed this time. Ziyi could only make 3 wind charms a day, but now there is no limit. It's just that Ziyi still can't completely get rid of the limitations of the soul bone. He must bring the soul bone to make a homemade wind charm. One after another, Ziyi carved out the self-made popular talismans. It wasn't until Ziyi's soul power was more than half consumed that Ziyi stopped. Ziyi checked and found that the popularity talisman he made had an increase of between 15% and 20%. It seems like we need to continue practicing. Boom. At this time the door was pushed open. Junior brother, I brought the teacher. Chapter 44 Level 20. You are listening at NovelFull.audio. Xiao Yi, did you make all of these? After Qian Xuanji arrived, he quickly saw a dozen popular charms made by Ziyi. Yes, teacher, Ziyi replied. Okay, you are worthy of being my disciple. You did not disappoint the teacher. Qian Xuanji suddenly laughed. When he learned that Ziyi's soul power could be engraved on his talisman through his soul bones, Qian Xuanji realized that Ziyi might succeed. Now that he really saw Ziyi succeed, Qian Xuanji was very surprised. At least Ziyi's ability in researching soul skills surprised him. There is no one in the research department who does not praise Ziyi. This also gave him face. As a teacher. Teacher, there's me too. Thanks to my help, junior brother succeeded. At this time, Bibi Dong proudly talked about his achievements. Yes, DongI'm is also very powerful. Qian Xuanji laughed. Come, let the teacher see these wind charms you made. Qian Xuanji then checked the popular talismans that Ziyi had made, and confirmed the fact that Ziyi had really succeeded in his research. Xiao Yi, have you ever felt that your martial spirit is actually not simple? After the surprise, Qian Xuanji suddenly asked Ziyi. Long ago, Qian Xuanji realized that Ziyi's martial spirit was not that simple. The special soul skills were okay, mainly because Ziyi's martial spirit could actually engrave soul bones and soul skills. This is something that no other auxiliary spirit can do, but Ziyi's talisman martial spirit is enough. Yes, teacher, I think so too. When I was awakening my martial soul. After hearing Qian Xuanji's words, Ziyi did not hide anything and immediately told him the vision he saw in his consciousness when he awakened his martial spirit. It's not a big deal to say this, it won't change anything. Bibi Dong next to him blinked after hearing this, his eyes full of surprise. He didn't expect that such a thing would happen when Ziyi awakened his martial spirit. Sure enough, your martial spirit is not simple. It seems that there is a problem with the mutation, and eventually defects appeared, causing the quality of your martial spirit to be too low. But judging from the performance of your martial spirit, it doesn't look like a low-quality martial spirit. Whether it's soul skills or the ability to engrave soul bones, it shouldn't be the performance of a low-quality martial spirit. But no matter what, your innate soul power is indeed only level 1. Qian Xuanji finally sighed and said with some melancholy. Ziyi was slightly silent when he heard this, because he knows what Qian Xuanji regrets. For a soul master with level 1 innate soul power, the upper limit is too low. Until now, no soul master with level 1 innate soul power has been able to cultivate to level 30 and become a soul master. The highest achievement for a soul master with level 1 innate soul power is to stop at the level of a 29th level Great Soul Master. The situation is the same as that of Yu Shaojiang in the original work. Moreover, it is not easy for a soul master with level 1 innate soul power to cultivate to level 29. Very few people can achieve this. It was only after Ziyi came to Douluo continent that he learned that the levels of innate soul power ranged from level 1 to level 10, with level 10 being full innate soul power. In addition, there is no half-level term in the classification of innate soul power. In other words, Yu Shaojiang's statement about his half-level soul power in the original work is just a statement created by Yu Shaojiang himself. Also, the innate soul power is already low, so let's put it even lower. This can prove that he is very good at being able to practice to level 29 at half a level. You can't blame him for not being able to break through level 30, because he is only half a level. Not even level 1. This is actually what Ziyi has been worried about since he learned about the level 1 innate soul power. It doesn't matter if the upgrade is slower. He's not afraid. He's just afraid that the upper limit will be reached and he won't be able to continue upgrading. In Ziyi's opinion, the only thing that can solve this problem is fairy grass, or after he reaches level 29, he can continue to improve the quality of his soul ring, thereby increasing his soul power level. It's just that it's too far away. It will take 8 years for Ziyi to advance to 2 levels every year. Moreover, improving the quality of the soul ring requires more energy and takes longer than improving the soul power level. Even if this approach works, it will be many years away. This was something Ziyi couldn't bear, so Ziyi was determined to get the fairy grass, and Ziyi already has a plan. The turning point came when Qian Xuanji gave him the soul bone. That 3000-year quality soul bone is also a soul bone with a blessed state soul skill. Invisibility. Yes, stealth. The soul skill of that soul bone is invisibility. Invisibility soul skills, no matter what their quality, are considered top-notch soul skills, but there is a flaw in the invisibility of this soul bone and soul skills. That is, after becoming invisible, you cannot use any soul skills, otherwise you will be exposed immediately. This is not very useful in battle, but it is an opportunity for Ziyi. If he could make his own invisibility charm and make more preparations, he might be able to venture into the sunset forest. However, Ziyi didn't want to go now. At the very least, he would have to wait until he broke through level 20 before Ziyi dared to try. If it's only a dozen levels, it's still too weak. Although it still seems weak after level 20, it is a big level stronger after all. So after Ziyi succeeded in making his own popular talisman, Ziyi began to develop his own invisibility talisman. The reason why the invisibility talisman was not developed first was because the inscriptions on the invisibility talisman were quite complicated, so Ziyi used the popular talisman to practice first. 3 months later, after successfully researching the wind talisman, Ziyi, who had gained experience, finally succeeded in making his own invisibility talisman. Then Ziyi stopped studying other self-created soul skills. Instead, he continued to practice the making of wind talismans and invisibility talismans to continuously enhance his proficiency. When it comes to learning about flowers and plants, Ziyi will ask Yuguan Contra for advice whenever he has time. In addition, Ziyi intends to let Yuguan tell him about the top-quality flowers and plants first. Ziyi also has basic knowledge of fairy grass, mastered, especially those eaten by the protagonists in the original work, and those used by Tang San. Ziyi recalled what he had read based on Yuguan's teachings, and he had recalled them all. and what surprised Ziyi was that Yuguan knew that those top-grade medicinal herbs were called fairy grass, and Yuguan also called those top-grade medicinal herbs as fairy herbs. Time passed, and on the day when Ziyi just turned 16, Ziyi happened to break through the level 20 mark. Finally a breakthrough. Ziyi, who had truly grown into a handsome young man, opened his eyes and pumped his fist excitedly. He has been waiting for this day for a long time. After breaking through level 20, it was time for Ziyi to add a second soul ring to his martial soul. Chapter 45 The Second Soul Ring. You are listening at NovelFull.audio. For his second soul ring, Ziyi chose the self-condensing soul ring. Self-condensing soul rings combined with advanced meditation techniques can improve the quality of the soul rings. Ziyi was not sure whether absorbing a soul beast soul ring would hinder it, making it impossible to improve his first soul ring, so Ziyi didn't want to absorb the soul beast soul ring. Also, for the second soul ring, he could only absorb a century-old soul ring that was about 800 or 900 years old. He would not dare to try a 1,000-year-old soul ring. As for a 100-year quality soul ring, for Ziyi, as long as he can continue to make breakthroughs in the later period, he can become a high-level soul master. Then the energy absorbed by a high-level soul master during training cannot be compared to that of a low-level soul master. When the time comes, it will be easy to upgrade his self-condensing soul ring to 100,000 years. It depends on whether you have confidence in your future. Ziyi must be confident about his future. If he fails and cannot become a high-level soul master in the future, it will not matter to him whether the second soul ring is for 10 years or for 100 years. What's more, he can still continue to improve the quality of the self-condensing soul ring. For Ziyi, who had the experience of self-condensing a soul ring once, condensing a second soul ring was not that difficult. Soon, Ziyi poured all his soul power into the martial spirit, then it continues to absorb energy from the outside world and fill itself with it. Because he had been practicing advanced meditation techniques, Ziyi also did this subconsciously. Only then did Ziyi realize that using advanced meditation techniques to continue irrigating himself was much easier than the first time he self-condensed the soul ring. Even so, it took Ziyi 4 hours to successfully condense his second soul ring. As Ziyi summoned his martial soul, 2 soul rings, one white and one yellow, surrounded the talisman one by one. What surprised Ziyi was that his second soul ring was actually a 100-year quality yellow soul ring, about 150 years old. Ziyi originally thought that the soul power of a human soul master who had cultivated to level 20 would not be able to reach the century-old soul beast. It seemed that he was wrong. Also, if a level 20 soul master absorbs an 800-year-old soul ring, the soul master can be directly promoted to level 21. So it is normal for Ziyi to self-condensate a century-old soul ring at level 20, of course, compared with the soul ring on a hunting soul beast, it is still inferior. After all, if you hunt a soul beast, the second soul ring can reach a quality of 800 years. Fortunately, Ziyi doesn't care much about the quality of the soul ring. Anyway, his self-condensing soul ring can be improved. What Ziyi cares about is only the soul skills that come with the soul ring. He really wanted to know what his second soul ring was. The second soul skill, Purification Curse. As Ziyi released his second soul skill, Ziyi soon knew what his second soul skill was: purify the body and strengthen the 5 senses. Okay, another auxiliary soul skill. After realizing the ability of his second soul skill, Ziyi quickly complained, Then, Ziyi slapped the purification charm in his hand on himself. What kind of effect it has, it's better to experience it yourself. A magical scene happened immediately. Ziyi saw with his own eyes that after the purification spell took effect on his body, the dust on his body was purified and disappeared. Ziyi's eyes widened when he saw this scene. Does purifying the body mean purifying oneself? However, Ziyi soon felt that purifying the body was not only reflected on the outside. He felt that his body became lighter in an instant, and there was an indescribable sense of comfort in his body. And soon Ziyi discovered that some of the hidden injuries on his body caused by maintaining saturation practice for so many years had been repaired in a short time. This was definitely a surprise to Ziyi. Since discovering this problem, he has not dared to practice saturation without any scruples in the past few years. now the emergence of the purification curse will undoubtedly speed up his recovery. After he fully recovered, and with the purification curse still in place, he would no longer be afraid that continuing to use the saturation method would cause hidden dangers to himself. After calming down his excitement, Ziyi continued to feel the changes in his 5 senses. Sure enough, after feeling it carefully, Ziyi found that all his 5 senses had been strengthened a lot, and it felt like the whole world had changed. The most intuitive thing is that you can see farther and clearer, and you can hear farther and clearer, but it's not as direct as in the novel where it can be seen and heard several kilometers away. It seems that the main ability of the second soul skill is to purify oneself. Strengthening the 5 senses is the enhancement brought about by purifying oneself. It is regarded as an accessory ability. And the ability to purify myself is really good. It can actually restore my hidden injuries. It may also have a certain ability to recover injuries. I just don't know if it can detoxify. If it can, that's really good. If that doesn't work, it would be more useful to strengthen the 5 senses in battle. My second soul skill is something that has never appeared on Douluo continent, and it is a combination of the Taoist curse seal that I know and the purification technique in the novel about cultivating immortals. It should be unmistakable. The Fulu martial soul is the mutation caused by my time travel, and these soul skills are the same. After personally experiencing the power of the purification spell, Ziyi was still very satisfied. Then, after Ziyi used the first soul skill and the second soul skill together on his body, he found that the 5 senses had been further strengthened, which was another surprise, and through the effect of the second soul skill, he also guessed that his soul skill might have evolved based on his knowledge of the talisman. A kaleidoscope similar to the Sharingan. If this is the case, next time I gather soul rings, I should take the initiative to think about what soul skills I need. Spells and so on. From what I know, the active attack soul skills include the Golden Light spell, the Righteous Thunder spell, the Red Lotus spell. I must try it next time and see if I can succeed. I've broken through level 20, it's time to tell the teacher. After thinking for a while, Ziyi slowly murmured. What Ziyi said about telling Qian Xuanji was not just about telling Qian Xuanji about breaking through level 20, but also about Ziyi's self-condensed soul ring. This matter must not be hidden. If Ziyi had no explanation, he would certainly not be able to explain why he wanted to add a soul ring with a quality of only 150 years to his second soul ring. Moreover, the hunting soul ring did not notify him or ask anyone to help, so Ziyi felt that it was time to tell Qian Xuanji about the self-condensing soul ring. In fact, there is no need to hide this matter all the time. Self-condensing soul rings have been around since ancient times. Ziyi just invented the long-lost method of self-condensing soul rings. The key point is that the self-condensing soul ring can improve the quality. Ziyi also planned to speak out about this matter, so that he could explain why he still insisted on self-condensing the second soul ring. And if I don't say it now, if I improve the quality of my soul ring in the future, I still can't hide it. Teacher, senior sister, when Ziyi found Qian Xuanji, Bibi Dong happened to be there too. Xiaoyi is here. Hey, have you made a breakthrough? Qian Xuanji smiled immediately when he saw Ziyi, and then his expression moved slightly. He felt that the soul power of Ziyi had changed. Chapter 46. Go to the worship hall. You are listening at NovelFull.audio. Really? Junior brother, have you finally made a breakthrough? Hearing Qian Xuanji's words, Bibi Dong on the side also expressed surprise. Now 12 years old, Bibi Dong's soul power has improved a lot compared to 2 years ago, and she is now a level 32 soul master. Yes, teacher, senior sister. I have now exceeded level 20. Ziyi smiled and admitted. Well, not bad, Xiaoyi, you finally made a breakthrough. Qiang Sunji nodded when he heard this. His tone was a little pleased, but there was no big surprise. Until now, compared to Ziyi's soul power cultivation, what he admired more was Ziyi's mastery and research of martial soul knowledge. Half a year ago, Ziyi made a conjecture with him, and now it has been confirmed, that is the union between 2 soul masters. The offspring born are not only closely related to the parent's soul power level, innate soul power level and martial soul quality, but also have a great relationship with the parent's martial soul attributes. The previous ones were already known in the Soul Master world. It was Ziyi who proposed that the martial soul attributes of parents would also have an impact on their offspring. Ziyi's conjecture is that the closer the martial soul attributes between parents are, the better. On the contrary, if the martial soul attributes between the father and mother are too different, there will be situations where the martial spirits will be incompatible, resulting in the martial arts of the offspring. The soul has undergone malignant mutation, or the quality of the martial soul has been reduced. For example, if a soul master with a top-level martial spirit has a spouse whose martial soul attributes conflict with his own, although their descendants will inherit the stronger martial soul from the top-level martial soul owner, the quality of the martial soul will not be the same. There will be a decrease. This conjecture was proposed by Ziyi half a year ago. After Qiang Sunji heard it, he felt it was extremely correct, because soul masters also have attribute restraint in battle, but no one has ever associated it with the combination of soul masters. Ziyi's insight and analytical ability made him immediately think that Ziyi had solved the problem of Tang Yuehua's inability to practice. It seemed that his disciple's display of intelligence was not just once. However, although he felt it was correct upon hearing it, Qian Xuanji still asked the people below to collect the information, integrate it and verify it. The results proved that he was right, and Ziyi's guess was indeed correct. If you want your offspring to be better, you must find a spouse with similar martial soul attributes to your own. Don't worry, Xiaoyi, the teacher will arrange for someone to help you hunt for a soul ring that is most suitable for you. Thinking of Ziyi's outstanding performance in martial soul research, Qian Xuanji also quickly made a promise to help Ziyi find the best soul ring. Teacher, no need. I already have my own second soul ring. After hearing Qian Xuanji's words, Ziyi said quickly, Buzz. At the same time as he finished speaking, Ziyi also directly summoned his martial spirit. A talisman appeared in Ziyi's right palm, and two soul rings, one white and one yellow, also appeared together. When did you attach the second soul ring? Qian Xuanji was a little surprised when he saw this, and then quickly sensed Ziyi's second soul ring. Then Qian Xuanji's face became a little ugly. It only has qualities that are less than 100 years old or 200 years old. Xiaoyi, who helped you add this soul ring to it? Qian Xuanji was very angry at this time. Although he was not very concerned about Ziyi's cultivation, he did not allow others to attach such a low-quality soul ring to Ziyi. He didn't believe that Ziyi was the soul ring he went hunting for. Ziyi was just an auxiliary soul master. Even if he learned some self-created soul skills, he still couldn't beat the century-old soul beast. After all, those self-created soul skills are just simple uses of soul power. Moreover, there was not only one soul beast in the soul beast forest. He didn't believe that Ziyi entered it by himself. Junior brother, are you too fast? When I saw you yesterday, you hadn't broken through yet. How come you have a soul ring so quickly? Bibi Dong also looked at Ziyi in surprise. Although Ziyi no longer accompanied her during most of her study time after she made a more advanced heart-purifying spell, she still visited Ziyi often. Teacher, no one is helping me. This is the soul ring I condensed by myself. Seeing Qian Xuanji's warm and angry look, Ziyi quickly told the origin of his soul ring. What? Did you hunt it yourself? Wait a minute, you mean you condensed it yourself? Qian Xuanji didn't react at first, but then his eyes widened. Yes, teacher. My soul ring is not hunted from the soul beast, but condensed by myself. Ziyi looked at Qian Xuanji and said calmly. What? Junior brother, what did you say? The soul ring that I condensed. Can the soul ring still be condensed on its own? Hearing Ziyi's words, Bibi Dong was the first to exclaim. She had already forgotten the issues Qian Xuanji and Ziyi discussed a few years ago. Then Bibi Dong ran forward and looked around Ziyi's second soul ring, trying to figure out something. Xiaoyi, are you telling the truth? Qian Xuanji also continued to ask in disbelief. Yes, teacher, I just broke through yesterday, and I haven't left the spirit hall yet. Not only is my second soul ring, but my first soul ring was actually condensed by myself. Now that he had said it, Ziyi certainly did not hide the fact that his first soul ring was actually a self-condensing soul ring. Ah! Bibi Dong's eyes widened again. Qian Xuanji was also shocked. Since Gu Ziyi said that, it could only be true. Bibi Dong had not made a breakthrough when he met Gu Ziyi yesterday, and Gu Ziyi had not left Wuhun Hall. These were easy to check. He also believed that Gu Ziyi would not lie to him in this regard. There was no need, so what Gu Ziyi said could only be true. No wonder you asked me about the self-condensing soul ring when you first came here. How did you do it? Isn't the method of self-condensing soul rings lost long ago? After a while, Qian Xuanji calmed down a little, and then asked Gu Ziyi in surprise. Yes, junior brother, how did you do it? Bibi Dong couldn't wait to ask more questions. After listening to the teacher's words, she also remembered that Gu Ziyi and the teacher had discussed the self-condensing soul ring. Wait a minute, let's go to the worship hall to talk. Just when Gu Ziyi was about to speak, Qian Xuanji immediately interrupted Gu Ziyi. He would definitely report this kind of thing to his father, so Qian Xuanji thought it would be better to take Gu Ziyi to see his father directly now. Chapter 47 Peerless Douluo. You are listening at NovelsDouluo. And it was also time for Gu Ziyi to get to know his father, the great priest of Wuhun Hall. Father still admires Gu Ziyi very much. It's just that Qian Xuanji didn't really value Gu Ziyi very much before, so he never took Gu Ziyi to see DouluoDalu. As for Bibi Dong, he immediately brought his disciple to see DouluoDalu, but he only met him once. If nothing happened, he would basically not disturb his father. His teacher, that when Gu Ziyi heard Qian Xuanji's words, his expression was suddenly shocked. Are you about to meet DouluoDalu, the strongest person in Wuhun Palace? Like Tang Chen, DouluoDalu was in a state of retirement after passing the position of Pope of Wuhun Palace to Qian Xuanji, and basically did not show up. DouluoDalu, a titled angel, is one of the three most peerless Douluo in the world. The other two are DouluoDalu Tang Chen and PoseiDouluo Bo Saishi. However, DouluoDalu and Tang Chen didn't know that besides them, there was another peerless Douluo Bo Saishi overseas. After they failed to attack Poseidon Island in Wuhun Palace, they would join forces and go to Poseidon Island, where they met Bo Saishi and were defeated by Bo Saishi one by one. This is normal. If DouluoDalu had known about Bo Saishi's existence, he would definitely not have supported Wuhun Palace in attacking Poseidon Island. After DouluoDalu and Tang Chen were defeated by Bo Saishi, they both fell in love with Bo Saishi, but it was Tang Chen that Bo Saishi fell in love with. But Tang Chen couldn't understand the meaning and ran back to the mainland. Looking for an opportunity to break through to the god level, he was trapped in the killing city, parasitized by the blood-red nine-headed Bat King, and then became the killing king of the killing city. It's unclear whether there was a king of slaughter before, but if there was, he was probably killed. It's still early now, there are still several years before Wuhun Palace attacks Poseidon Island. According to the original timeline, when the Wuhun Palace attacked Poseidon Island, Bibi Dong and Yu Xiaojiang also went together. There were more than 2,000 soul masters, but only 200 people escaped in the end, including the useless Yu Xiaojiang. Just, if nothing else, the relationship between Bibi Dong and Yu Xiaojiang was exposed in this incident. After all, with Yu Xiaojiang's strength, it would be almost impossible to escape without Bibi Dong's strong protection. That should have happened when Bibi Dong was around 19 years old. Under the leadership of Qian Xuanji, Gu Ziyi and Bibi Dong came to the worship hall together. Then Gu Ziyi saw the strongest man in the Wuhun Palace for the first time. He had long golden hair, a handsome and upright face, and looked very young. If he stood with Qian Xuanji, who would it be? It's really hard to tell my father. Father, Qian Xuanji first called his father, and then continued, I brought Bibi Dong and Gu Ziyi to see you. Big offering. Big offering. After Qian Xuan finished speaking, Gu Ziyi and Bibi Dong quickly said respectfully. DouluoDalu hummed lightly, then glanced around Bibi Dong and Gu Ziyi. After sensing Bibi Dong's cultivation, DouluoDalu showed a hint of relief in his eyes. Compared with Bibi Dong's current cultivation level, he was still very satisfied. Gu Ziyi's cultivation made him frown slightly, but he soon relaxed, because he also knew that Gu Ziyi's cultivation talent was not good. With a talent of level 1 innate soul power, it is already very good to be able to practice to level 20 at this age. Many soul warriors with level 1 innate soul power will never even be able to break through to level 10 and become a true soul master. Moreover, Ziyi is very good at learning and researching martial arts knowledge. Through Ziyi's theory, he also knows how to better find a suitable woman for Qian Xuanji. There was a woman in the Wuhun palace who caught his eye, and she was a woman with a fire attribute who had great hope of breaking through to the title Douluo. The attributes of angel martial souls are light and fire with sacred characteristics, so it is very suitable to combine with a woman with a fire attribute martial soul. I just don't know if his son is willing. You two are very good, and you are both very good at what you are good at. Work hard, the future of Wuhun Palace belongs to you young people. Thinking about finding a woman for his son, RingDouluo also encouraged Ziyi and Bibi Dong. Father, do you still remember things about Soul Master's self-condensing soul rings in ancient times? After RingDouluo encouraged the two of them, Qian Xuanji spoke. Self-condensing soul ring. RingDouluo thought for a moment after hearing the words, and then remembered. It does happen. Why do you suddenly ask about such a thing? Father, Xiaoyi's soul ring is a self-condensing soul ring. Qian Xuanji first made a gesture to Ziyi, and then said to RingDouluo, Buzz. Ziyi, who received Qian Xuanji's signal, summoned his martial soul and soul ring while Qian Xuanji was speaking. What? RingDauluo's eyes suddenly changed, and he quickly stepped in front of Ziyi. Immediately, RingDouluo reached out and grabbed Ziyi's right hand, carefully observing the two soul rings wrapped around the martial arts in Ziyi's hand. It's a pity that even he can't see any difference in Ziyi's soul ring from the appearance. He even used his soul power to explore it, but he didn't find anything strange. You condensed your soul rings yourself. RingDouluo, who couldn't find anything, could only look at Ziyi and ask directly. Yes, great offering. My two soul rings were condensed by myself. Ziyi nodded clearly, without any hint of guilt. How did you do it? Isn't the method of self-condensing soul rings lost long ago? Seeing that Ziyi didn't look guilty at all, RingDouluo did not continue to question, but asked in surprise how Ziyi did it. The big offering is like this. Ziyi immediately started talking about how he succeeded in condensing his own soul ring. I see. It turns out that you used this method to self-condensate the soul ring. It's not difficult, but no one wants to self-condensate the soul ring now. Why are you thinking about a self-condensing soul ring? RingDouluo was amazed after hearing this, and he also understood why it didn't sound difficult and why no one had discovered it yet, because all the soul masters nowadays want to do is hunt for soul rings, and as far as the two soul rings he saw on Ziyi were concerned, the self-condensing soul ring was indeed inferior to the soul beast soul ring, and the quality was too different. The first soul ring is a 10-year quality white soul ring, so he wanted to know why Ziyi thought about the self-condensing soul ring. Yes, junior brother, why do you want a self-condensing soul ring? Bibi Dong couldn't help but interrupt at this time. Chapter 48 Soul Ring Upgrade. You are listening at NovelFull.audio. Because my talent is so poor. So I know very well that if I practice step by step like other people, my future will be almost doomed and I will never be able to break through level 30. So I thought about trying something else. I have always been keen on studying martial arts knowledge, and I was also wondering if I could find other ways. Ziyi explained calmly, this was indeed what he had originally thought. What if the results were worse? They are already so good, so why not be a little more good? After listening to Ziyi's words, RingDouluo and the other three became slightly silent. Only then did they realize that Ziyi wanted to find another way because his talent was so poor. They don't quite understand this feeling. After all, their talents are all top-notch. However, they can understand why Ziyi did this, and also know why Ziyi is keen on exploring and researching martial arts knowledge. A trace of distress appeared in Bibi Dong's eyes involuntarily. It turns out that junior brother has always been troubled by his own talent. What's the difference between a self-condensing soul ring and a soul beast soul ring? After RingDouluo was silent for a while, he immediately changed the question. The soul skills produced by the self-condensing soul ring are easier to master. You can also enhance or weaken the effect of my soul skills at will. The higher the soul power level, the more I can improve the effect of my soul skills. And I have compared it with many classmates before. It is also the first soul skill. The soul power consumed by the self-condensing soul ring to perform the soul skill is much smaller. Ziyi first mentioned the two advantages of the self-condensing soul ring: easier to control and less expensive. However, these are not the most precious parts of the self-condensing soul ring. After Ziyi finished talking about the two benefits of the self-condensing soul ring, he said this again. Oh. What are the other benefits of a self-condensing soul ring? DouluoDalu's eyes narrowed, and he guessed that it must be very unusual for Ziyi to say that. Big tribute, teacher, senior sister. Just a moment, you will know with your own eyes later. Ziyi did not tell the answer immediately, but kept it secret for the time being. Afterwards, Ziyi started meditating on the spot. Although I don't know why Ziyi did this, Douluo and Xuanji will naturally not interrupt Ziyi's behavior. Bibi Dong also looked curiously at Ziyi, who was practicing, and waited. Ziyi was completely immersed in cultivation at this time. It's just that this time, Ziyi's purpose is not to cultivate soul power, but to improve the quality of the soul ring. As early as a week ago, Ziyi's first soul ring had been upgraded to the 10-year quality limit, and was about to be upgraded to a century-old soul ring, but at that time, Ziyi didn't want to reveal that he could improve the quality of the soul ring, so the energy intake of the first soul ring was suppressed by him, and Ziyi took the initiative to stop the evolution of the first soul ring. Now, Ziyi has no need to hide, and can just upgrade to Douluo and others to witness it in person. Let them witness the upgrade of the self-condensing soul ring with their own eyes. After being immersed in cultivation, without Ziyi's active restraint, energy flowed into his first soul ring every time he circulated, repeatedly, week after week. Buzz. Finally, half an hour later, Ziyi's first soul ring broke through a certain limit. A dazzling white light bloomed brightly, and a charming yellow also bloomed in the white light. Finally, the white light emitted by the first soul ring was completely replaced by yellow light. In this way, Ziyi's first soul ring evolved into a 100-year quality yellow soul ring. After successfully upgrading his first soul ring, Ziyi immediately stopped practicing. Big offering, teacher, look at it. Afterwards, Ziyi stood up and summoned his martial spirit and spirit ring at the same time. Buzz. The familiar martial spirit appeared in the eyes of Douluo and the others, but the two spirit rings that appeared next made their eyes widen. 100-year soul ring? Yellow? How can this be? Xuanji and Bibi Dong both exclaimed. Although Douluo didn't exclaim, the shock in his eyes was not small at all. Yes, my current first spirit ring is also a century-old spirit ring. This is the most precious thing about the self-condensing soul ring, that is, the quality of the self-condensing soul ring can be improved through practice. Seeing the surprised looks of Douluo and the others, Ziyi couldn't help feeling a little happy, and then he spoke. Improve the soul ring. It can actually improve the quality of the soul ring. Is this too incredible? After hearing Ziyi's words, Xuanji was extremely excited. This matter was too big. There are indeed people in the Soul Master world who have improved the quality of their soul rings due to unexpected encounters, but it has never happened that the quality of their soul rings can be improved through their own cultivation. Amazing! Bibi Dong's eyes were filled with stars at this time. Why is this so? If the self-condensing soul ring can improve the quality of the soul ring, why was it eliminated before? Douluo was also very shocked, but after the shock, he quickly thought of the puzzle. It's because of the advanced meditation technique. The quality of the self-condensing soul ring can only be improved if it is paired with advanced meditation techniques. And in the ancient times when the method of self-condensing soul rings was not lost, advanced meditation techniques had not yet been explored. Ziyi said with a smile. Yes, no wonder you asked me when the advanced meditation technique appeared. I see. It turns out that the soul-condensing ring requires advanced meditation techniques. After Xuanji heard Ziyi's words, he suddenly remembered that Ziyi had also asked him when advanced meditation techniques appeared. I see. Douluo nodded and finally understood. If that's the case, it makes sense. For a moment, DouluoDalu was a little confused. The fact that the self-condensed soul ring could actually improve the quality of the soul ring was so big that he didn't know how to deal with it for a while. Slowly, Douluo's eyes calmed down. Xiao Yi, tell me carefully about the self-condensing soul ring. Also, how do you think our Wuhun palace should deal with the emergence of self-condensing soul rings? Douluo also changed his name to Ziyi. He first needed to learn more about the self-condensing soul ring from Ziyi in order to respond, and he has not forgotten Ziyi's intelligence. Ziyi must have thought about the impact of self-condensing soul rings on the soul master world for so many years, so Douluo is also prepared to let Ziyi say what he thinks. Okay, big offering. Actually, self-condensing soul rings are not suitable for all soul masters. Chapter 49 Self-Condensing Soul Ring. You are listening at NovelFull.audio. In Ziyi's opinion, self-condensing soul rings are not suitable for all soul masters. In ancient times, it was right that self-condensing soul rings were eliminated, because soul masters at that time paid more attention to evolving martial souls, so even now, not all soul masters are suitable for self-condensing soul rings, because the quality of many soul masters' martial souls is still too low. Self-condensing soul rings are not a good choice for them, the quality of the original talent is low, and the soul power level cannot be cultivated anymore. If you still condensate the soul ring yourself, it will only waste more time, and the most important thing is that the martial soul of the self-condensing soul ring cannot evolve, and the low-quality self-condensing soul ring may not be able to produce soul skills, then this soul master will be completely useless. He can only be reduced to a pure soul master with soul power cultivation but no fighting ability. The most suitable person for a self-condensing soul ring is a soul master with a top-quality martial soul. A soul master with a top-level martial spirit will not be weak in cultivation talent. The self-condensing soul ring can also give birth to soul skills. In the early stage, it may not be as fast as the hunting soul beast soul ring, but the soul skills born from the self-condensing soul skill are the most suitable for him. Soul skills consume little and have strong control. In the long run, the self-condensing soul ring can be continuously upgraded in the later stage, and it will only be stronger than the soul beast soul ring. Of course, the self-condensing soul ring is not without its disadvantages, that is, the self-condensing soul ring needs to be upgraded by yourself. In this way, in addition to cultivating the soul power level, the soul master also needs to cultivate the soul ring, which will be more time consuming. But if you hunt soul beasts, you don't need to waste time and you can become stronger faster. This depends on the soul master's own choice. Moreover, soul masters with low-quality martial souls are not completely unable to choose self-condensing soul rings. For example, those with level 1 innate soul power will be stuck at level 29 and be unable to break through, no matter how many resources they spend and how hard they practice. If he chooses a self-condensing soul ring, he will give up his soul skills and become a soul master with only soul power. After reaching level 29, he can finally work hard to upgrade the self-condensing soul ring. The soul power in the soul ring can increase the level of the soul master, although it will not increase proportionally. Otherwise, there would be no difference between a soul master with a 100-year soul ring and a soul master with a 10,000-year soul ring. The total amount of soul power they possess is the same. However, part of the soul power on the soul ring will still be fed back to the soul master and converted into soul power levels. Therefore, a soul master with level 1 innate soul power can completely try to break through the shackles of level 30 and absorb a 1000-year quality soul beast soul ring in the third soul ring to achieve a better effect of evolving the martial soul. In short, the self-condensing soul ring is useful to all soul masters. It just depends on the choice. Moreover, it is not good for all soul masters to self-condensate soul rings. This will lead to the proliferation of soul beasts and is not conducive to human beings' control of the continent. However, the emergence of self-condensing soul rings is absolutely necessary. Otherwise, with the development of the times, there will be fewer and fewer soul beasts with powerful cultivation. In the end, high-level soul masters may face the problem of not having high-quality soul beast soul rings. Absorption occurs. Ziyi has not watched the later parts of Douluo continent, but he has also heard that in the later Douluo continent, it seems that the spirit beasts and soul rings are not enough, and he has researched other substitutes. That is also a way out, but if you can self-condensate the soul ring, why continue to look for a replacement? Ziyi felt that self-condensing soul rings might be the right path, except for the fact that there will be a replacement for the soul ring in the future. Ziyi said everything else. Ziyi did not suggest how Wuhun Palace should choose. He only analyzed the situation of self-condensing soul rings, how to choose in the end, and whether to promote self-condensing soul rings. These are things RingDouluo and the others should consider. If they concealed the secret of using the self-condensing soul ring as the Wuhun Palace and only used it within the Wuhun Palace, Ziyi would have no objection. Your analysis is very correct. Wuhun Palace cannot make a decision rashly for the time being. It needs to be carefully studied before making any decision. Furthermore, Xiaoyi, your analysis is based on the fact that low-quality martial souls' self-condensing soul rings cannot produce soul skills. If all low-quality martial spirits can produce soul skills like you, then it would be different. The same goes for high-quality martial souls. If a high-quality martial soul's self-condensing soul ring cannot produce soul skills, then the situation will be even more complicated, and the relationship needs to be carefully studied. You also said that after absorbing the soul beast soul ring, it may hinder the upgrade of the self-condensing soul ring. This is also something uncertain and needs to be tested to know. After RingDouluo listened to Ziyi's analysis, he quickly had a clearer understanding of the self-condensing soul ring. At the same time, he also revealed the uncertainty in Ziyi's analysis. Yes, great offering. All of these require experiments before a final conclusion can be made. Ziyi was slightly startled when he heard this, and then admitted, these were what he was going to continue to say, but unexpectedly, RingDouluo said it first before he could say anything. Yes, these must be tested before we can draw a conclusion. Pope, it's up to you to arrange these things that require experiments. Remember to keep them confidential. These things are not suitable for public speaking for the time being. RingDouluo nodded with a smile, and then gave instructions to Qian Xuanji. Because Ziyi and Bibi Dong were also there, RingDouluo did not call Qian Xuanji by his nickname, but directly called him Pope. Yes, father, Qian Xuanji quickly responded. DongI'm, don't think about the self-condensing soul ring for the time being. Don't condense a low-quality soul ring when the time comes. Not to mention the lack of soul skills, and the inability to upgrade the self-condensing soul ring, that would be bad. After Qiang Sunji responded, he quickly turned to Bibi Dong and warned him, because he saw the eagerness in Bibi Dong's eyes after learning about the self-condensing soul ring. Ah, that's it, that when Bibi Dong heard this, she pouted in disappointment. She really wanted to try it when she got the fourth soul ring, and she could help her junior brother verify it. If she has a soul beast soul ring on her body, even if the self-condensing soul ring is successful, there is no way to improve the quality of the self-condensing soul ring. Your teacher is right, your talent is very outstanding, you must not mess around. That when RingDouluo saw Bibi Dong's appearance, he also warned her. Yes, great offering. That when Bibi Dong saw that RingDouluo had said the same thing, he didn't dare to be naughty, so he quickly agreed. Xiaoyi, do you know those self-created soul skills of Haotian sect? After seeing Bibi Dong knowing about it, RingDouluo stopped talking about her and turned to Ziyi to ask about Haotian sect. For some reason, after hearing Ziyi say that the soul skills born from the soul condensing ring would be very suitable for the martial soul itself, he thought of Tang Chen's self-created soul skills. Especially the Haotian Jiuju, any martial soul can use the Haotian hammer. RingDouluo felt that there was some connection even though he knew that the soul ring on Tang Chen's body could not be a self-condensed soul ring. Chapter 50 Ring Explosion Defect. You are listening at NovelFull.audio. Of course I know the Haotian sect self-created soul skills. Especially the ring explosion mastered by Tang Chen, who founded the Haotian sect. I heard that it is a self-created soul skill that is comparable to a divine skill. Upon hearing RingDouluo's question, Ziyi immediately answered, how could Ziyi not know about the self-created soul skills of the Haotian sect, the random cloak hammer technique, Haotian Jiujue, the great Sumera hammer and the ring explosion, which were so famous. Those are truly self-created soul skills that are more powerful than soul ring soul skills. Unlike those self-created soul skills mastered by major sects, they are just simple uses of soul power. At the same time, Ziyi was also a little confused, wondering why DouluoDalu suddenly mentioned Haotian sect's self-created soul skills. Could it be that DouluoDalu thought that Haotian sect's self-created soul skills all came from self-condensing soul rings? This is impossible. Judging from the information Ziyi has, the soul ring on Tang Chen's body cannot be a self-condensing soul ring. With Tang Chen's talent, it was normal for him to create those soul skills on his own. No. This is not necessarily true. The previous soul rings may not be, but the later ones may be. Does the Grand Priest suspect that Tang Chen also mastered the self-condensing soul ring? Thinking of this, Ziyi directly raised his question. Yes, that's what I doubt. DouluoDalu was a little surprised when he saw that Ziyi had guessed his thoughts, and then he admitted it. In fact, DouluoDalu was not convinced that Tang Chen was better than him, so he wanted to find a reason why Tang Chen was better than him. The Grand Priest must have fought against him, right? If he uses the soul skill of self-condensing soul rings, the soul rings will also light up. Ziyi asked rhetorically. That shouldn't be the case. Except when he was young, Tang Chen never used his soul ring and soul skills in battle. He only used his own soul skills. Hearing Ziyi's rhetorical question, DouluoDalu was slightly startled, then shook his head. There was some regret in my heart. It seemed that Tang Chen's self-created soul skills did not come from self-condensing soul rings. Ziyi was not surprised when he heard DouluoDalu's words. Tang Chen still has this talent, but DouluoDalu's words also made Ziyi think of something. It seems that Tang Hao never uses soul ring soul skills when fighting, right? Either the Chaos Cloak Hammer technique or the Haotian Jiuju, or the Great Summer Hammer and Ring Explosion, they are all self-created soul skills, except for the seventh soul skill. The seventh soul ring is not a soul ring soul skill, they are all martial soul true bodies. Thinking that Tang Chen and Tang Hao did not use soul rings and soul skills in battle, this made Ziyi have some suspicions. Could it be that the two of them used the ring explosion too much and blew up the soul ring and soul skills? Then Haotian Jiuju and other things were all created by Tang Chen as a last resort. Because if he doesn't create his own, he won't have any soul skills to use. As for Tang San, it may be that the sequelae haven't appeared after a few explosions, or he has the power of the Poseidon to protect his body, so he's fine. Big offering. After thinking of this, Ziyi couldn't help but tell DouluoDalu his guess. The ring explosion destroyed the soul ring and soul skills. DouluoDalu's eyes suddenly lit up when he heard Ziyi's words. He found that what Ziyi said was really possible, because after Tang Chen created the explosive ring, he used the soul ring and soul skills less and less. If the ring explosion really destroyed the soul skills, then it really makes sense. DouluoDalu couldn't help but laugh when he thought of this, but his smile stopped quickly, because even if Tang Chen's soul ring and soul skills were destroyed by himself, he still couldn't beat Tang Chen in a single sparring match. He and Tang Chen had competed against each other many times, and the outcome was always indistinguishable, but he knew that he was slightly inferior. He also recalled that for a long time, Tang Chen was in seclusion, and after he came out, he created the 9 Ju of Haotian, so before that, he actually had a good chance of defeating Tang Chen, but it seemed to have no meaning. Defeating Tang Chen who had no soul skills meant nothing to him. Your guess is very reasonable. Maybe Tang Chen had no choice but to create those self-made soul skills because he blew up all his soul skills. Make good use of this talent of yours, I believe you will have a great future. After recovering his thoughts, DouluoDalu praised Ziyi again. He admired Ziyi even more. Although Ziyi's talent is not good, even he thinks Ziyi's intelligence is great. Yes, I will definitely make a great sacrifice, Ziyi said excitedly. Seeing DouluoDalu admiring him so much, Ziyi was thinking about whether to tell the existence of the fairy grass and then let DouluoDalu take him to harvest the fairy grass, but Ziyi still held back. He couldn't explain how he knew the fairy grass was there, and he was ready to explore it by himself after breaking through level 20. Having said so much, I still haven't asked you what your second soul skill is. Xiaoyi, your second soul ring also has soul skills, right? DouluoDalu smiled with satisfaction, and then asked about Ziyi's second soul skill. Huh, father, even if I didn't say it was you, I would have forgotten to ask. After hearing Douluo's words, Xuanji on the side was slightly startled, and then laughed. Bibi Dong did not forget to urge Ziyi, junior brother, tell me quickly, what is your second soul skill? My second soul skill is the purification curse. Ziyi also felt a little funny when he heard this, and then told him about his second soul skill and its effects. Purify the body and strengthen the five senses. Not bad auxiliary ability, it seems that your martial spirit is really special. After hearing the effect of Ziyi's soul skill, Douluo praised it again, and at the same time recognized that Ziyi's martial soul was special. It is obviously a low-quality martial soul, but it can possess high-quality soul skills. But he couldn't solve Ziyi's situation, no matter how special Ziyi's martial soul is. The fact that Ziyi's innate soul power is only level 1 cannot change the fact. Pope, please go back and let people search for the treasure that can change the talent. Thinking of this, Douluo directly spoke to Xuanji and gave instructions. Yes, father. Xuanji once again obeyed his father's instructions. His father admired Ziyi so much, which surprised him, but when I think about Ziyi's performance, it seems that it is indeed worthy of attention. It's just that he doesn't have much hope in his heart. Although there are treasures that can change the talent of a soul master, they are rare in 100 years, it's not that easy to find. Soon after, Xuanji took Ziyi and Bibi Dong and left the worship hall. Later, Xuanji asked Ziyi to write to him a detailed copy of his previous thoughts and the matter of the self-condensing soul ring. Only then can he arrange for specialized personnel to conduct research. Ziyi naturally had no problem and spent a long time writing a detailed report on the self-condensing soul ring. It's level 20. After preparing for so long, it's time for me to go to Sunset Forest and try to find it. After putting down the pen in his hand, Ziyi looked out the window.